Good morning, boys and girls, and good morning, families. I'm Miss Kano, and I am going to be reading you a story today, and the story is called Babushka's Doll. Now, Babushka's Doll is a story about this little doll here, and this grandma, in Russian, they call a grandma a babushka, so this is her doll. In the story, you're going to meet a little girl whose name is Natalie. Okay, and that's her. And in this story, what's something to pay attention to is figuring out the lesson that it's going to teach the little girl in the story. Okay, so I'll begin by reading. The stories by Patricia Polacco. She's one of my favorite artists, and you'll get to enjoy the picture. So first I'll read a page or two, and then I'll show the picture, okay? So this is kind of what you'll be seeing, like the style of artwork in here. And we always enjoy that piece of it too, because it does help tell the story. It wasn't that Natasha was a truly naughty child. She just never understood why she had to wait for things. Babushka, said Natasha, for in Russian, Babushka means grandmother. Please stop doing the laundry and push me in the swing. My darling child, Babushka said, I have to do the laundry first. Would you like to help me? No, Natasha said. I want to swing now. Okay, she's doing the laundry. There's Natasha. She seems kind of bossy in the story. Aren't you finished yet? I want to go for a ride in the go-kart. Oh, my precious, Babushka said. I must hang up these clothes while the sun is shining. But the sun will be shining all day. I want to go now, Babushka. Take me. Oh, struggling with the book and turning it both ways. Okay. Sounds like her Babushka had a lot of things to do that day. Now I am finished, said Babushka, and now we will have lunch. She took down a kettle from a high shelf. Natasha looked upon the shelf where the kettle had been, and there was a little doll she had never seen before. Is that your doll, Babushka? She asked. Oh, yes, dear, that is my doll. When I was a little girl, just like you. Did you play with her all the time? Asked Natasha. No, my dear. I played with her once. Only once. I have finished my soup now, said Natasha. May I hold the little doll just for a little while? Babushka got the doll down from the high shelf. Yes, it is just the right time for you to play with her, said Babushka. She handed the doll to Natasha. I am going to go to the store for groceries, she said. You may play with the doll until I get back. As soon as the door closed behind Natasha's grandmother, something happened. The doll began to move. She jumped to her feet and did a little dance. For a moment, Natasha was a bit frightened, but then the doll called, Come on, Tasha, let's go out and play. Natasha and the doll ran and ran until Natasha could run no more. And as soon as Natasha sat down to catch her breath, the doll said, Get up, Tasha. You get up now. I want to play. I'll swing you on the swing, Natasha said. Whee, the doll squealed. Push harder. I want to go higher. Natasha pushed the doll higher and higher, but soon got tired. Don't stop, Tasha, cried the doll. Don't stop. I want you to swing me higher. Does the doll sound a little bossy to you? I'll take you for a ride in the go-karts, Natasha said. Oh, goody, Tasha, the doll chirped, and don't you slow down. You better keep going on as long as I want. Do you hear me? As long as I want. Soon, Natasha couldn't lead the go-kart any longer. "I have to stop," Natasha said. "I need to rest." "Now I want to eat," said the doll. Poor Natasha was very tired, but she tried her best to make lunch. I'm not so sure that Natasha's happy about playing with that doll anymore. Babushka's doll spilled the tea, sloshed the soup from her spoon, and she flung noodles over her head. Then she pounded her fist in the mess and laughed and laughed. Suddenly she stopped laughing and she started to scream. "My dress, Tasha, it's all dirty. I want you to wash it. You wash it right now." Natasha washed the little dress and hung it on a line. Then she ironed it and put it back on the doll. "You didn't do it right," said the doll. "My dress is all wrinkled." Natasha began to cry. "I'm just a little girl," she said between sobs. "I wish you were just a doll." "My darling girl," a voice called out. "Why are you crying, my precious child?" "Babushka," sobbed Natasha. "Your doll came to life and she was very naughty. All she wanted me to do was work. She never let me rest. She made me iron her dress and I didn't even know how. I'm just a little girl." "There, there," Babushka said. "You must have had a bad dream." Do you think it was a bad dream? "Maybe," said Natasha. Her grandmother smiled and held Natasha closer. "From now on, you can play with the doll anytime you want." "No, thank you, Babushka," Natasha said. "Once is enough." Babushka picked up the little doll and put her back on the shelf. "It looks like you had quite a day," she said softly. The little doll gave Babushka a wink and went back to just being a doll. And Natasha turned out to be quite nice after all. So, most stories for children do have a lesson in it. It's kind of a life lesson. So think of what Natasha might have learned about when she had the experience with the doll. What lesson did she learn? I think there was one. Do you? Thanks for listening, guys, and we hope you enjoy the art activity that we planned for this book to remind you, maybe to talk with your family about a lesson that Natasha might have learned in the story. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.